So, over the holiday, Airsculpt was running a lot of ads with your girl's face on it. And in return, it started to recirculate, a lot of my Airsculpt content. If you guys don't know, I got Airsculpt done on my arms just about a year ago. And it brought an influx of new people with new questions of, oh, is that real? Do you still like your results? Did they pay you to say that? But let me just tell you this. Let me set the record straight. I love my results. So let's chat about why I decided to get Airsculpt in the first place. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra, and here on my channel we are all about creating a life you love. So with that being said, we're gonna hop into today's video. So today I am going to chat with you guys fairly quickly. Over the Christmas break, I got a lot of traction on my Airsculpt videos, and right now I'm sitting at about 11 months post-op from my Airsculpt, which I got done on my arms. And I just want to talk to you guys about why I decided to get Airsculpt after losing 70 pounds. So let's just talk expectations versus reality. Now, honestly, guys, I thought losing weight would just solve all of my problems. We're going to lose this weight. Your body's going to be tea. Everything's going to be amazing. However, once I lost the weight, I did have certain areas of my body that decided that they wanted to stick around, and that actually being my arms. My arms were an area that decided that they did not want to go down with the rest of my body. So I had got down to 125 pounds, a start weight of 194 pounds, and my arms were just hanging in the wind. And I'm like, so I lost 70 pounds, still have these arms, I have to do something about it. Now, I wasn't too sure how I wanted to go about it, what kind of surgery I wanted to get, or if I wanted to get surgery at all. But I did know that losing 70 pounds actually taught me a lot through this whole body changing process. It really taught me discipline, being consistent, really just being aware in my body, because sometimes people will say, oh, you look fine, but they're not the one with their arms just hanging around. Literally, somebody could swing on my arms the way they was hanging. I actually also learned throughout this whole just weight loss journey that I could actually do it. And even if I didn't get perfect results, there are things that we can do to help us enhance our body if the fat decides to stick around. So now let's get into what nobody actually really talks about in a fitness journey, a weight loss journey, and that is you cannot spot reduce. And when I say spot reduce, you cannot say, oh, I only want to lose weight in my stomach. Oh, I only want to lose weight in my lower back. That's something that you cannot do. You cannot tell your body, hey, body, I want you to drop 20 pounds out of this arm right now. That's something that just does not happen. Now, you can work on your muscles in that specific area and hope that the fat will reduce in that area with the muscle, but it'll never be exactly how you planned it to be, thinking from a place of, oh, let's just make this one area smaller, and that only can be done with some sort of cosmetic procedure. And I say all this to say because I had a goal weight of 130 pounds. When you look at the average girl who weighs 130 pounds, they look phenomenal. But something that I realized throughout my journey is just because you weigh the same as somebody, you're not going to look the same as them. You're just not. And once I got to 130 pounds, my arms are still big. So I continued trying to lose a little bit more weight. And it was like the weight was leaving in other places, but not the arms. It really started to bother me. In 2025, I turned 30. I was getting married. So I'm like, I don't want to go into the year of my 30s not comfortable in my skin. I don't want to be getting married in a wedding dress hiding my arms. I did not want to feel uncomfortable, because the thing was, to lose 70 pounds, that's an amazing accomplishment. But the fact that I still wasn't comfortable in the body, I could not go out like that, y'all. I just couldn't. So I ended up deciding to get Airsculpt. Now, the thing is, I had seen Airsculpt throughout the years of my life because I've always hated my arms. But I never thought it was something that I could afford. I think realistically, I never knew how much lipo or plastic surgery, how much that stuff actually costs. So I never entertained it. I'm going to lose this weight natural. I'm going to lose it natural. do what you got to do. That's all I'm gonna say. And aside from cost, I really did truly want to see what my body could do on its own. So being the fact that I got down to 125 pounds, honestly, I think the day I went into surgery, I was closer to 122 pounds. Arms just weren't going anywhere. So we were just going to do it. I had to get to a place to where I changed in my head, because there's so much stigma around surgery or cosmetic procedures, things to enhance your body. There's so much stigma around it, of it being a shortcut, or you just need to lift weights, or you need to do this, you need to do that, when it's their own freaking body. Why do we care what other people do with their bodies? Like that part is so annoying to me. But I had to get out of that mindset that, Sierra, this is what you have to do, or this is what you're going to do to make yourself feel better. This is what you're going to do to show up as your most confident self in 2025. You're going to show up at your wedding. You're going to feel fabulous. You're going to just show up every day in life and feel so much comfortable in your skin. So we went with Airsculpt. Now let's just talk about why I chose Airsculpt. Okay, so it was between Airsculpt and a brachioplasty, which is an arm lift. Now, the thing about an arm lift is they're going to probably get your arm as small as it possibly can, which ideally I want my arms to be small and match my body. But the trade-off with getting an arm lift is you're going to have a horrendous scar. And that's no offense to people who have gotten arm lift, but I'm just saying, if you don't want the scar, there are other options out there. And the option I chose was Airsculpt. Now, Airsculpt is next generation technology to where they remove fat and they tighten your skin at the same time. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like what I needed. The thing about me losing that 70 pounds, a lot of that hanginess that was left on my arms was actually just a lot of stretched out skin. So the best option for me was the Airsculpt, because they're going to remove whatever residual fat was in that area and tighten the skin at the same time. There was no real downtime. I stayed home about a week, but then I actually got my surgery done in Austin, and I live and work in Dallas. So I had to drive back to Dallas. I drove back at the end of the week because I ended up staying with my mom. So by the end of the week, I was able to drive a 4-ish hour drive back to Dallas and go back to work the next week. It was truly not bad at all for me. So for me, in my experience, y'all, truly didn't have any crazy pain. Woke up the next day and was up and at it, just moving around. Wasn't in any crazy pain. I did take pain meds and things like that. During the procedure, I was pretty looped up to where I was just relaxed. I did not have any freakouts. It wasn't anything extreme. So therefore, I think it was an easier option for me. The healing, people who get that whole arm lift and they cut and remove that skin, that's going to take some time to recover. That scar is going to take some time to recover. And I just didn't have time for that because I had things to do. I was turning 30 and I was getting married, and I didn't want the scar. Now, let's just talk. So much has changed since I got this Airsculpt procedure. I just feel so much more confident in my skin. I feel so much more confident in my clothes. Like, my arms were literally getting in the way of some of my outfits. I can put a video in for you guys, and I can show you when I would put on tight shirts. Literally, I had to stuff my arms into the sleeves, and that's just not a way to live. It's like a reminder constantly every day. Damn, I'm a size small, but I have to stuff my arms in the shirt because they're a size extra large. So overall, it truly just helped with my confidence. Once I lost the 70 pounds, I'm like, oh, cool, I lost 70 pounds. But once I got my arms done, I really felt like I was that girl. And I say all this to say, there's such a huge stigma around cancer, your body, or plastic surgery. But at the end of the day, this is your life. You get to do this one time, and you need to be as comfortable as possible on this earth. You need to be as confident as possible on this earth, because guess what? You may not even get half of what you want simply being not confident or insecure, or not being able to show up because you're not feeling comfortable in your body. So in this good year of 2026, I can honestly say I have zero regrets about getting Airsculpt done. Like I said, I'm about 11 months post-op, so I'm coming up on my year. So I'm going to do a big arm reveal for you guys. I actually have my 1-year appointment next week, so I will take you guys along with me on my 1-year appointment as well. Another disclaimer that I want to add here, just to make it clear, Airsculpt did not pay for my surgery. I know you guys may see these beautiful ads that they have of me, but I actually decided that I wanted to document my journey without talking to them first. I was like, I'm going to document my journey because I did not see anybody who had arms that were hanging and that looked like mine. I saw people on their website who had very skinny, mild arms. They really didn't need it. Or people who had bigger arms and it didn't have the shrinkage that I was looking for. So I'm like, I wonder, can this work for me? So I decided to record that process of post-op, the how I'm healing all the way up until 3 months. So this is my most recent update with Airsculpt with being 11 months. So all in all to say is they didn't pay me. Me recording my process got me on their radar and opened up opportunities for me to work with them. I want to add another thing. I told you guys that me recording this process allowed me and opened up opportunities for me to work with them. And on an opportunity that I got to work with Airsculpt, I got to meet some other amazing ladies whose results are phenomenal. So it's not just me. There are other people who have gone through this experience and it has truly been life-changing for their confidence, for their self-esteem. So honestly, it worked for me. They're not paying me to say this. And if you are thinking about Airsculpt, I say just try it. Go for a consultation, see how it goes, talk about your problem areas because, like I said, there is no reason to walk through this life feeling insecure. And I think a big movement right now, there are a lot of people losing weight right now. Skinny is the movement, and hey, I'm here for it. I love being skinny. I love being lean, but there are a lot of people coming up off of these weight loss journeys and they are having the areas where the fat just did not leave. They're having these areas of the loose skin. And I say, hey, check out Airsculpt just to see if it works in your situation. It doesn't hurt to go for a consultation. So if you guys have any questions directly pertaining to my Airsculpt procedure on my arms, if you're interested where I went, who was my doctor, just let me know down in the comments below. I plan to put out a few more videos just with my year post-op coming up so soon. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll be sure to answer them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Face will be the reason I smile, but I will not see what I cannot.